The note is shifting. So there's this sense that they're leaving something behind, but it's so much time for them, and the traditions are so oriented that they think that that's their maturity. Well, it's not. You know, the moment you get to your North Node phase, that's the moment that you have approximately 10 years to get your synthesis together. You know, that's the time you get to take all of that stuff you learned in your South Node phase and put it all together. That's maturity. And by the time you've had your 10 years and you get that all together, you hit your Chiron return and you hit your theme for how that can flower out of you. You know, if you look at the next century, you'll see that the vast majority of this country is going to be over 40. It's going to be this bizarre nation of older people. And it's a great experiment in this knowledge. In other words, this can be a very, very vital generation. And by the way, if it isn't, it will bankrupt the society. I mean, that's the joke. Eh? You know, the joke is that if they don't get it, if they don't see this is not the retirement track, you don't get to 40 and start going downhill. There is, in essence, no downhill. This is all a myth. And of course, unless the society grasps that, you know, you're going to have the children of the present generations overwhelmed. They can never support all this. You know, all this political nonsense about Social Security, they're never going to be able to afford the baby boom generation. Never, 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 never. So that generation has to stay vital. And if they don't recognize thematically who they are, they're not going to do that, eh? I mean, they're not going to do that. They're going to live out the conditioned not self that says, I'm on the track to death now. Instead of saying, I'm finally getting this life business now. Because that's what it's all about.